Test, nothing.
Try again.
Test. Do you hear anything, Nate?
Very slightly, I hear you.
I can't hear. I'm hearing a little bit now.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little bit now.
When you just okay, now more. Yep. Now I have more.
Falcon fans.
Testing 1 2.
And Senior Appreciation Day.
Now a little more, yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're good now.
Now it's one senior manager for their past years of commitment.
Testing 1 2. That's perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you guys down.
Four-time letter winner George Miller from Squad 30 and a systems engineer also awaiting a pilot slot. Four-time letter winner Edward Smith from Squad 28 and a management major also awaiting a pilot slot.
Here we go. I hear you.
Four-time letter winner Justin Harrison from Squad 1 and a management major has an RPA slot and also awaiting a pilot slot. Four-time letter winner and team captain Ryan Doris from Squad 31 and a management major. The water polo coaching staff would like to thank all of you seniors for your time, dedication, effort, and most of all, commitment to this team. We would like to thank all you seniors for your time here and to contributing for the long blue line of water polo players. Also leading this program better than you found it. The one word that we feel like describes all of you is our favorite to live by, and that is integrity. Thank you, seniors. Coach Brown.
I'm hearing you guys. I can't talk to you. But I'm hearing you. So I just won't reply. But I'll. How about you? I hear you. Can you hear us? Hear me? He can't talk either. Yeah, that's good. Maybe a text. No. You hear me now? Yeah. Oh. Hello. No. Yeah, you can take one. I'll turn you down. I can talk. Water polo on FalconVision. Run YouTube today. Don't say YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, now from the team introductions. Today we have your Air Force Falcons against the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds. Starting with the Sunbirds, number 1A, Joseph Costa. 1B, Michael Hiss. Number 1, Joshua Renage. 2, Paul Stevenauer. Number 3, Zach Weir. 4, Taylor Heckathorn. 5, Gavin Gett. 6, Euros Pelamis. Number 7, Cal Browning. Number 9, Lazar Rocca. 10, Richard Spezzi. 11, Garth Vertigal. 12, Nathan Olson. 17, Kyle Eoff. 18, Jacob Fairchild. Number 20, Cody Wickman. Head coach of the summer is Brian Savoy. Assistant coaches, Tatum Harrington, Nick Alexander, Jack Hale, and Jim Weaver. Now for your Air Force Falcons. Number 1, James Burke. Number 1B, Anthony Tolbert. Number 3, Jack Alexander. Number 5, Corey Tanis. Number 6, Ian Shepard. 7, Reagan Pittman. Number 8, George Miller. Number 9, Luke Andrus. 10, Neil Reynolds. 12, Michael Miller. 14, Eric Kowicki. 15, Henry Galvin. 16, Jason Myers. 17, Gavin Jones. 18, Sam Fuller. 19, Owen Say. 20, Justin Harrison. 21, Campbell Harris. 22, James Doherty. 23, Edward Smith. 24, Kazu Gavin. 25, Ryan Doris. Head coach of the Falcons, Ryan Brown. Assistant coaches, Alan Huckins and Rick McGee, and also Garrett Fisk. The referees for today's match is Mr. Ortega and Mr. Foley. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and stand for your national anthem.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome inside Cadet Natatorium here on the grounds of the United States Air Force Academy as we get set for the regular season home finale for the Air Force Falcons. Today playing host to the Sunbirds of Fresno Pacific. Welcome in Josh Howe alongside Nate Kuipers, former goaltender here for the Air Force Academy. And Nate, a lot of emotions here this afternoon in this natatorium. Of course, senior day, 4 seniors looking to go out with the W, but an opportunity for Air Force to get back on track in terms of back into the win column.
Definitely, Josh. Coming in to this game 0-3 in the last 3 games. Air Force is definitely looking for another win here to solidify a conference seed that's higher than what they are previously slated for right now. But like you said, senior day, a lot of the seniors hoping they can capitalize on this Fresno Pacific team and come away with a nice home victory in front of a big crowd of family and friends, I'm sure.
Well, the Air Force Falcons come in 6-14, 2-3 in Western Water Polo Association play. The Sunbirds 5-16, 0-5 in WWPA play. Well, the starting lineup for Air Force this afternoon: James Burke in goal. Ian Shepard gets a start along with Luke Andres, the leading point getter for the Falcons. Michael Miller, Jason Hires, Justin Harrison, and Edward Smith rounding out the starting lineup. For Ryan Brown, first-year head coach, of course, taking over for Jeff Heidemus. A long, great run here at the Academy, 25 years. He stepped aside. Now Ryan Brown leads away for the Falcons. Well, for Fresno Pacific, they go with Josh Ramage in goal, and then Paul Siebanaller gets a start along with Heckathorn, Polimus, Raka, Fairchild, and Kyle Oaf. Brian Sahovey is the head coach, although he is not here today. And at home with the new baby boy, Levi Robert Sahovey, a new boy for head coach Brian Sahovey. So acting head coach this afternoon for Fresno Pacific is Rick Oaf, and the assistant is Jim Weaver. So we are ready to roll here at the Natatorium. This matchup coming in, Air Force averaging just over 10 goals a game. They're giving up 13, and an opportunity here against a Fresno Pacific team coming off a lopsided defeat against 9th-ranked UC Davis their last time out. They fell 20-3 in that one, so here we go. And the opening sprint here for the Falcons and the Sunbirds. So for Fresno Pacific, it'll be Lazar Raka. And for the Falcons,
Mike Miller,
wearing number 12 here this afternoon. Opening quarter. And here we go. The opening sprint. And the Falcons are going to be able to win the opening possession here at the Academy. So Air Force will set it up. It's Jason Hires off to the right side. It goes to Smet, and quick whistle.
Smet's fouled, and defender has to back off. He's now looking for an opening. Hires will take the ball in up top, drop it into Luke Andres, down low, and he'll hit the crossbar for a missed opportunity there. Fresno Pacific will take over possession here.
So bar out on that, and Fresno Pacific opportunity here. First possession of the game, and they go right to the top. It's Heckathorn, and that one skips off the post near side.
Fresno Pacific will retain possession here. Pass the ball around up top, looking for an opening down below.
A little bit of a fake is defending there, and he's going to sneak it to the left side. That's Lazar Raka, and the Sunbirds on the board first, Nate.
That's right, as you can see here in this FalconVision replay, nice fake, and he just snipes it left side. James Burke unable to get over into that top corner. Air Force will now take possession of the ball at half court.
So Justin Harrison here drops it back, and the Falcons looking to even this one up. We are just underway, less than a minute in here in the opening quarter. And fighting off the defender is Ian Shepard. Shepard blanketed there by Polimus. And a turnover for Air Force.
Missed opportunity there for Air Force. Justin Harrison was wide open in the center of the pool while Ian Shepard was being manhandled. However, unable to get the ball to him, and Fresno Pacific will now take over.
Nate, the Falcons, 142 turnovers this season. Certainly been an area that they look to improve on here as they inch closer to the postseason. They'll drop it in deep, and great pressure put on by the Falcons.
Mike Miller, ejection called on him. The Fresno Pacific Sunbirds will now be a man up and a 6-on-5 power play opportunity.
So Fresno Pacific, Sieben, Noller, and company working around to the far side. And that one is off the post near side, and the shot is blocked and off the right arm of Edward Schmidt.
Great field block there by Eddie Smet. Falcons will take possession. Great job closing down that power play opportunity.
Just over 6 minutes to go in the opening period here. 1-0 Fresno Pacific leading Air Force. It is senior day for the Falcons as they look to even it up, and point blank stop there by Josh Ramage.
Justin Harrison with the shot there. Goes right into the arm of the Sunbird goalkeeper. Sunbirds ball.
So they'll work it over to the far side. Skip pass here to Siebenalder. Given some room here as he drops it in the middle. And a great takeaway by the Falcons. Now how about the anticipation of Jason Hires?
Now that is an exclusion now on number 2 of the Sunbirds. The Air Force Falcons will now have a power play opportunity.
Here's Smet moving in with that left hand. Trying to create a little bit of space as Smet now flips it up top. Air Force now, Miller drops it over to the wing, far side, 15 to shoot, under 5:30 to go here in the opening quarter, moving in, shot and a score is Michael Miller has the Falcons on the board.
Great shot there by Mike Miller on the power play opportunity.
So Mike Miller has just evened up this game with 5:22 to go here in period number 1. As we mentioned, Air Force coming in, they lost 3 straight, but all to nationally ranked teams. And obviously with a stretch run, want to close it out with some offensive momentum here against the Sunbirds of Fresno Pacific. It's Cody Wickman, number 20, with a ball here for the Sunbirds.
Sunbirds will add another player. They only had 5 in the pool.
And that's Siebenalder, the senior out of Clovis, California, checking in here with 5:22 to go. And Jetty loses a handle. Left side it goes over to Rocca.
For the Falcons, senior captain Ryan Doris is now in. And a steal by Luke Andres.
He's got a
counterattack.
Miller up ahead. Great ball. Miller trying to close in. Miller on that far side working for Air Force, looking for some help. And they'll throw it over to Andres, the leading goal scorer for the Falcons here. Inside it goes, and 3 Sunbirds around the ball.
Tight pass there. Great defense by the Sunbirds, dropping back on Justin Harrison. They'll take possession as they swim down the pool.
So Nathan Olson now for Fresno Pacific. Over to Zapesi. Little 1-2 here on the near side. Zapesi rockets it over the crossbar.
Shot block by Reagan Pittman, number 7 of the Falcons, to give Air Force now the ball. As you can see, he gets a hand on it as he shoots the ball. So Air Force now setting up on offense up top to Luke Andres, looking for an opportunity down below. Over to Ryan Doris, back to Mike Miller. Miller back to Andres, to Reagan Pittman, the lefty, in a bar out, and a good save there by the Sunbird goalkeeper.
So Fresno Pacific able to make this stop as Josh Ramage, the junior from Visalia, California, is a 1-1 game here. Less than 4 minutes to go in the opening period. Sunbirds team winless in WWPA play. Skip pass up top here to Zapesi. They'll go down low, backhanded, working it in with the right hand, and Fresno Pacific is back in front for the 2nd time this afternoon. It's Cody Wickman, the junior from Waterford, California.
A lot of space down there below, and a nice backhand right under the arm of our Falcon goalkeeper, James Burke.
So the Sunbirds up, 3:46 to go here. And substitutions here for the Sunbirds. Air Force trailed early on. They even it up. And now a chance to square it at 2 apiece here. Past the midway point of the opening period of play. So they work it up top to Michael Miller. And this is Neil Reynolds, who just checked in for Air Force. Reynolds to Pittman. As Nate talked about, Pittman made that outstanding defensive play moments ago with the block that deflected the ball above the crossbar. They'll go up top here to Doris. Doris moving in, pumping, and he'll fire it in the corner of the net. We're tied at 2.
A great shot, score there by the team captain, senior Ryan Doris. Some nice pump fakes. He just walks in, and a left side shot right past the outstretched arm of the Sunbird goalkeeper. Falcons now even with the Sunbirds, 2-2.
And Nate, some range on that shot.
Definitely. Ryan Doris known for to be an up-top shooter. Rarely ever is down below. He's primarily a set defender and a point shooter.
Doris' 17th goal of the season Fresno Pacific answers inside. It's Nathan Olson. 3 different players scoring the opening 3 goals for Fresno Pacific. They are back in front by 1 with 3:19 to go in the first.
And a quick drive and a quick shot there by the, Nathan Olson, as you said, right past the near side post for a Sunbird goal.
And Nate, not a lot of room to work with, able to sneak it inside. So it's been punch, counter punch here in the early going, and a foul whistled as they try to throw it on the far wing to the leading goal scorer, Luke Andres.
An ejection called on number 17 of Fresno Pacific.
It's Michael Mason, and a stop inside here by the Sunbirds. It's Heckathorn.
A power play defensive stop there for the Sunbirds. Good play by them. George Millard attempted to get the ball after the shot. Unsuccessful, and Sunbirds will now take over.
And they'll go inside, and a good play out in front is Burke to pick up the turnover by Fresno Pacific, and quickly Air Force working here to the Sunbirds end. It's Eric Kowecki.
About 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first period. Down to Smet here on the weak side, getting hounded.
Fairchild did a good job on the defensive end for Fresno Pacific. 9 seconds to shoot here for Air Force. They'll pump it in, firing wide of the post near side.
And the shot just wide here by George Millard, the senior. Nice pump fake, and just wide on the left side.
Millard, one of 4 seniors on this Air Force team. Millard, Harrison, Edward Smet, Ryan Doris, all trying to close out their Air Force careers at home here with a W. And right now, playing from behind is Fresno Pacific. Adds another goal, this time Euros Polimas, and it's 4-2 Sunbirds with 2 to go in the opening period.
And just a quick shot. It's the same shot that they had to make them go up 3-2. Nice quick drive and a quick shot there past the goalkeeper, James Burke. Some substitutions now. Air Force will line up at half, trying to battle back and come within 1 goal here in the Fresno Pacific with 2 minutes remaining in this first period.
Keep an eye on number 21 for the Falcons. That is Campbell Harris. If Harris scores today, there's going to be a whole lot of cadets getting wet poolside here this afternoon. Is that one bar out off the crossbar, and Ramage picks it up, and that is one that Air Force would love to have back.
Definitely. Missed opportunity. Luke Anders wide open and just barely bars down there.
Pump fake, and sneaking it out of the left corner is Gavin Jetty, and just like that, Fresno Pacific, their biggest lead here of the afternoon, up by 3 with 1:34 to go in the opening period.
Quick left shot. James Burke caught on a little bit of a pump fake there, unable to get over in time. Fresno Pacific playing very well against this Air Force team, who's having several missed opportunities, unfortunately, in this first period. You got 1:30 left. Air Force trying to battle back and bring one home.
This is Luke Andres, the leading goal scorer here for the Falcons. On the wing, they're going to go down low, turning, and a block by Ramage. Heads up play, that big 6'1" frame. He gets up out of the water, able to knock down the shot attempt. And Fresno Pacific looking to go up by 4, approaching the 1-minute mark here in quarter number 1. Defense, suffocating defense put on there by Eric Kowecki. Great job forcing that wide shot.
Yeah, James Burke with a nice save here on the near post, as you can see. Great pressure by Eric Kowecki. James Burke gets a hand on it, and Fresno Pacific will take the quarter throw, the 2-meter. A nice drive, inside turn by Fresno Pacific, fouled inside 5 meters. He'll pass over to the weak side.
And pressure from behind, trying to go to the near post, and it's just wide. So here we go. 48 seconds to go in the opening period as Air Force quickly into the Fresno Pacific end. Schmidt dumps it into Hires. Hires pumps, bar out again. Time and time again to the opening quarter. Air Force not able to capitalize up close.
Now Fresno Pacific here with a nice counterattack. And an exclusion called on number 21, Campbell Harris, and a timeout by Fresno Pacific with 28 seconds left in the quarter.
Well, it has been Fresno Pacific here in the opening quarter, and you can see the call as
Jason Hires inside shot and barely, he gets it right over the head and barely bars down. And there's been several of those today here for the Air Force team. They definitely like to have those back.
You know, we've seen the reach, Nate, of goaltender Josh Ramage, obviously able to get the arms up. It looks like perhaps Air Force trying to squeeze a little in too much, or what do you think the thought process there is, just in terms of the misses early on here for Air Force?
Well, as a former goalkeeper, definitely you try and get up very big, very large in your frame, like you're saying, and force them to make those tight shots. I think Air Force just needs to slow it down a little bit, find the hole, and execute their shots a little more smoothly.
You know, a lot of water polo to be played here. Is just 28 seconds to go in the opening period. 5-2 Fresno Pacific with the lead here. The Falcons 2-3 in WWPA play. The Sunbirds looking for their first win here in conference action. So out of the timeout, Fresno Pacific will have the ball.
Fresno Pacific setting up for a power play here after the timeout. Air Force has 5 members in the pool, and Fresno Pacific has 6, so a 6-on-5 power play here for the Sunbirds.
Rocca over to the right side. 20 seconds to go here in the opening period. Up top, it's Rocca circling to the point now. Pumping back to Rocca. Single digits in the quarter. 5 seconds, and it's blocked out of bounds. Great defensive stand by the Falcons. 3 seconds to go, perhaps one last heave. Pittman all the way down to the other end, and that is the way the opening period comes to the close. Fresno Pacific with the lead, 5-2 over the Falcons.
A great defensive stop here by the senior Ryan Doris, right off of his head, to give Air Force the one last possession they had. Now at the end of the first period, Sunbirds 5, Air Force 2.
We'll take a timeout back here to the United States Air Force Academy after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon. as we open up period number 2, 5-2. Fresno Pacific with the lead here over the Falcons on Senior Day. Is George Millar, Justin Harrison, Edward Smith, Ryan Doors trying to go out with a W here. The opening sprint on the far side. And Air Force easily gets there.
Mike Miller with the sprint win. I think he has something astronomical of a 70% sprint win percentage this season.
Wasn't even a contest to open up the second quarter. Here's Edward Smet. And he pressured easy, backs off, flips it over, skip pass to the far side. Moving over is Luke Andres. Dropping down to the middle is Justin Harrison calling for the ball. They'll drop it down to Harrison, turning, and whistle.
Exclusion called on Fresno Pacific player. Air Force now with a power play opportunity. As you can see, Hires drop the ball in Justin Harrison, and a quick foul there, an exclusion called.
Air Force on a man advantage, 30 and 91 coming in, and how about 31? They did get a goal skipping off the water. Justin Harrison, it's 5-3.
Great power play goal there by Justin Harrison. Mike Miller, stepping in, and Justin Harrison just skipping it right through those Fresno Pacific defenders to put Air Force now up 3-5. Still trailing by 2 goals here with about 7 minutes remaining in the second period.
Well, perhaps a change in the approach is what Air Force needed. They had hit the crossbar several times here, and instead they go off the water. They cut it to 2 here with just over 7 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Pressure by Mike Miller. Fresno Pacific draws a foul, cross pass, and an easy goal there for number
18 Fairchild, I believe, Jacob Fair, and that's just a beautiful feed. Just a one-time with the right hand, able to touch it in.
Yeah, not much you can do there as a goalkeeper. Got to keep your eye on the player that has the ball to begin with, and just a nice offensive move, by the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds.
James Burke starting his 20th game this season. A 14.24 goals against average for Burke.
Another exclusion called on the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds. Will give Air Force another power play opportunity. And power play opportunities are important. There's a strong correlation between, and an inside the 2-meter call. Offsides there for Air Force. And here give this replay here. A nice inside feed, but Jason Hires just called to be offsides on that play.
Hires, a sophomore out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and back to live action now is Fairchild working with it over to the left side. It goes to Olsen. Olsen down to the wing now is Polimas.
And a missed opportunity there. Great defensive stops for the Air Force Falcons. Air Force now on the counterattack. They're up a man as Fresno Pacific is trailing behind.
Shepard able to dump it down low for Hires, and to the point, they'll fire it in. Ricochets off the crossbar and in. Eddie Schmidt gets the goal. The Falcons cut it to 2 with 5:58 to go in a second.
Nice pass by Hires up to Edward Smet, and a nice barred-in shot by Eddie there to bring Air Force within 2.
Now this has been some kind of performance by Fresno Pacific. Just when you think that Air Force, okay, here they come, starting to inch their way back in, Fresno answers. Let's see if the Falcons can get a stop, get a turnover, and trim that lead to 1 here in the second period of play. So up top, Gavin Jetty. Over to the left side now to Lazar Rocca. How about the defense there by Air Force? Suffocating defense play by Luke Andres.
Nice inside pass there.
Turning off the post.
A bar out there for Fresno Pacific.
Well, great defense play by the Falcons. Can they take advantage of the missed shot here? Over to the near side, it's Pittman. Pittman, open, water to go. Pittman with the left hand. Goes down, foul call, that's Fairchild. Reagan now a little bit of room to work.
Up top to senior captain Ryan Doris, and inside to Campbell Harris, who is absolutely smothered by Sunbird defense, and they will take possession of the ball.
Jetty and Rocca all over the ball. We've seen that time and time again today, Nate. The defense inside for Fresno, it's been impressive.
Definitely. I think Air Force should be looking for some more outside shots in order to draw off those defenders to give them an opportunity on the inside. Nice cross pass and a great save there by James Burke.
Well, they scored on that earlier. This time, Burke not fooled whatsoever. Quick play for the save.
And a great opportunity to get that second hand over in order to make that block.
Now, to your point, as big as he can make himself in goal, he did that time with the left hand, showing some rage, got the block, and now a 6-4 deficit staring Air Force, trying to cut it to one here. Looking on this near side, it's blocked by Fresno Pacific. It was Ryan Doris on a shot attempt, the senior for the Falcons. 1 of 4 here today, and a horn sounding here with 4:20 to go, and a timeout taken as substitution for Fresno Pacific.
And that's a common theme here playing at Cadet Natatorium. I mentioned this in a previous game, but playing here at altitude, there is literally an altitude sign saying that we are at 7,258 feet above sea level. Most of these teams we play are from sea level.
Here you see some cadets on hand, and no, it's not raining inside, but it may be soon if we get Campbell Harris to score. Harris scores, they're going to get wet.
Yeah, also known as the splash zone down there on the deck. Several cadets volunteering to do that. And a great defensive steal there by Air Force, by number 17, Henry Yavitt.
And Nate, perhaps a spark they need. Can they turn it into a goal? On the other end, Reynolds up ahead of Pittman. Pittman now using that left hand, floats it up top.
Exclusion called on number 10 on Fresno Pacific. Will give Air Force another power play opportunity.
This is Miller.
To Reynolds.
Working up top, Reynolds skip pass to Andres, trying to sneak it in near side, and the window too small.
A good defensive save there by the shot blocker.
So a 2-goal advantage here for Fresno Pacific. This is Bruning moving in. Up top now to Zapezi.
About 3 minutes remaining in this second period as Fresno Pacific.
Zapezi falling away, and defense perhaps forcing that shot that sailed high.
Now wide shot. Now the ball will be taken over by Air Force, who is swimming down, hopefully, like you said earlier, cutting this lead to 1. That's number 21, Campbell Harris, who does score!
And here we go. Here comes the water.
The splash zone. And a nice cross pass here. Campbell Harris, that lefty arm, sniping that ball into the cage. And those cadets are wet.
And I think they want more water.
They do.
They got a 5-gallon bucket. Well, Harris continues to score. They're going to get a lot wetter as this game goes on.
Definitely.
Now, how about that? They cut it to 1. 3:01 to go here in the second period of play. Nice crowd on hand here. Senior day at Cadet Natatorium. They'll float it inside, and great recovery on defense by the Falcons. Looked like Jason Hires able to get back.
As you can see, they floated into the inside, and a good defensive stop there by both Hires and Burke.
Trying to tie it up.
Campbell Harris inside, trying, and the ball taken away by Fresno Pacific. But now is on a counterattack.
Cody Wickman out in front now for the Sunbirds. Wickman now closing in. Wickman from behind, denied with the left hand. James Burke, the big play for the Falcons.
And they have a nice opportunity here. It's his shot to shoot. He knows it. So he's going to get up big, and James Burke will just eat that up. And now they have another opportunity here.
Wickman.
A one-on-one opportunity. And a missed shot again by Fresno Pacific.
This is how Air Force felt in the opening period. Could not get anything to go, and now Fresno Pacific. Shoe is on the other foot to tie it up now.
Campbell Harris.
Here comes the water again.
The splash zone. A nice inside move, power turn there. An inside shot right past the goalkeeper on the right side. And Campbell Harris giving a little point up to the scoreboard.
Nate, I got to find out who 1A is. This guy loves it up front. He can't get enough water. You just got to push him in by game's end, I think.
Air Force now tied with Fresno Pacific at 6-6 with 1:53 left in the second period. Just under 2 minutes to see what they can do here, Josh.
I love the energy in this building here this afternoon. Air Force trying to close out senior day with the W. Pressure to the far side there by check that by number 12. That's Michael Miller. Is
inside pass. An exclusion called on Ryan Doris there, number 25. Will give Fresno Pacific the power play opportunity.
As Palamas to the point now. Raka, rotation on the right wing. 1:30 to go here in the second quarter of play. 15 of the shot clock circling. Skip pass, nearly a turnover. And now down to single digits on the shot clock. Quick blast blocked. In there to tie it up. Luke Andres able to get a hand on it.
Luke Andres and Reagan Pittman able to stop that. And James Burke able to secure the ball in order to give Air Force now this counterattack opportunity as they dump it in. And Mike Miller with a quick backhand and a beautiful shot there to put Air Force up on top.
How about the feed by Pittman, Nate?
Great pass there and a quick backhand shot right past the Sunbird defenders.
Pittman to Miller. 7-6 Air Force leading for the first time this afternoon. 1 minute to go here in the second period. Boy, a change of momentum for the Falcons.
As you said, Josh, that second period definitely good for Air Force so far.
And way too deep.
Yes, but a good quick pass and shot by Fresno Pacific will tie it up. As you can see, swims in a nice cross pass feed. We saw this earlier. And just a nice little right hand tip past the goalkeeper.
That stopped a 4-0 run by the Falcons. Now we're even at 7. 48 seconds to go. Boy, what a contest here this afternoon. Air Force, as we mentioned, looking to go to 500 in WWPA play. Got the conference tournament here coming up in November.
So as you can see here, number 25, Ryan Doris, the team captain, is having a bloody nose, which means he has to get out of the pool and be replaced by someone until he can get that stopped.
And George Millard, the senior, will check in with 47 seconds to go. Falcons, Michael Miller. Over to the near side now is tied up is Edward Smet.
And an exclusion called on the Fresno Pacific. Over to Andres, a quick shot.
That's a great block, and was he offsides?
It was not. Just a nice, quick save there by the Fresno Pacific goalkeeper. A good feed again by Pittman, who's leading the team in assists this season. Fresno Pacific looking.
And this is going to be Air Force ball. So here we go. 23 seconds to go in the second. Air Force, chance to take the lead going into the half. Great grab with the left hand by Pittman now. Some open water ahead. Pittman now. Skip pass. Andres pump off the post far side. 8 seconds to go now. Fresno Pacific able to scoop it up. Ramage now, long ball down, look out. It's going to be one-on-one as the clock expires. That is the way the opening half will come to a close. What a first 16 minutes of play. Air Force, Fresno Pacific going goal for goal. We're all tied at 7. We'll take a timeout. Back with the second half here. Air Force and Fresno Pacific tied. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on FalconVision. Back here, Cadet Natatorium. Josh Howe alongside Nate Kuipers, ready to roll here to start the second half. Third period of play, all tied at 7. And boy, Nate, it's been a game of two different quarters. The opening period, it was Fresno Pacific and Air Force unable to capitalize as they trailed 5-2, but they come storming back in the second, outscoring Fresno Pacific 5-2 in the second period to get back into this contest.
Yeah, definitely, like you said, Josh. It's been two different periods, and hopefully we can continue that that momentum here going into the third period and continue to outscore Fresno Pacific. As we line up here for the beginning of the third period, Mike Miller again will sprint for Air Force. We'll see if his win rate holds up.
Well, Air Force looking to get off to a better start. They've been pretty good in the third quarter this season, scoring 29 goals, and Air Force once again wins the opening sprint.
Ian Shepard will now take the ball over to Justin Harrison. Harrison looking down low for Mike Miller, who's fouled. Cross pass to Eddie Smet, and a quick goal there for Air Force.
Bang, bang play, and Edward Schmidt down to the doorstep, and Air Force in front by 1.
Great feed there by Mike Miller, and a nice just a little lefty tap in there for Edward Schmidt.
So 8-7 now, the Falcons with the lead, looking for a turnover here on the defensive end. Fresno Pacific, they played well today. Second quarter, a struggle for the Sunbirds, playing without their head coach, Brian Sahovey, who's back home with a new baby boy. So certainly watching this one, no doubt, today is his Sunbirds looking to get their first road win of the season, or first win in conference play this season, as Air Force now a man of the box.
Yep, an exclusion was called there on that defensive play by Jason Hires. Now Fresno Pacific will be up 6-on-5 here for a power play.
A man advantage here, just underway in the third period of play. In goal, Air Force, Anthony Tolbert mixing it up here in the second half. And this one thrown and in for the goal, and we are tied again, 8-8.
As you can see, Fresno Pacific player just steps in between the defenders, and a great shot over the head of James Burke. Didn't actually switch goalkeepers there.
I'm going to say clarification. We saw Tolbert warming up
we did
at the half and thought he was going to check into the game, so it threw us up. But obviously Burke, cap number 1, is still in the game. So here we go on the offensive end, Air Force. And that's a great save by Ramage. Boy, an opportunity there, but Andres not able to finish.
Yeah, an exclusion called on Fresno Pacific, and there's a quick pass to Andres. And Andres has been just very unlucky today, shooting in some very poor spaces, unable to capitalize. And a great goal there by Fresno Pacific, a little off-speed throw by number 4, Taylor Heckenthor.
Well, I tell you what, you talk about a change-up. How about this? And Taylor Heckenthorn nets one, a redshirt senior out of Fresno by way of Merced College, and it's 9-8 Fresno Pacific. I tell you, this team will not quit today. They have been outstanding. And Air Force, an opportunity to tie it up again, but this has been an outstanding game here from both teams.
Air Force now lining up, making some substitutions. Incoming in the game, number 18, Sam Fuller, freshman out of Santa Barbara, California.
For the Falcons now, they go to work. Ian Shepard over to the right side, and that's defensive pressure put on by Zapesi. This is Shepard now. He's got some room. Shepard pumping, flips it out to the right side now. Tough angle and off the iron.
Edward Smed with a quick shot almost over into the goal. Air Force will retain possession up here to Hires. Hires will look over to Shepard. Shepard swamped but fouled. Edward Smet will take possession.
And denied with the right hand by Ramage. And floated down to the near side, and here we go. Fresno Pacific, an opportunity. It's for Daigle. Up top, Olson.
Olson inside, back up top.
And
shot off the post.
The post again. Boy, Fresno Pacific hitting tons of iron. Air Force a chance to take advantage and tie this one up. 5:45 to go in the third.
Mike Miller now driving down with the ball. Wide open here. He'll take a shot off the post again.
Skipped it off the iron. Inside of 5:30 to go here. And quarter number 3. That's
now
Michael Miller working.
Back over to Mike Miller. Up top to Samuel Fuller. Over to Edward Smet. And to Ian Shepard as he steps in. Takes a shot wide of the cage. We'll give Fresno Pacific the ball back.
And Nate, Air Force really forced out on that possession in terms of taking shots that were long range. As Fresno Pacific back down to the Air Force end. James Burke got the starting goal, continues to work in there for Ryan Brown's team.
Exclusion called again on number 16, Jason Hires, with about 5 minutes remaining in this period. A great field block there by Edward Smet.
Burke now looking down to the other end. He'll throw it over the head of Schmidt, turning, room to work. 15 of the shot clock, inside of 5 to go here in period number 3. Schmidt pressure, dumps it down low, turning, falling away, flipping it inside, and just good defense on the part of Fresno Pacific, and a whistle.
And a 5-meter penalty shot was called. Justin Harrison had a nice, great inside turn, and they took away his ability to shoot the ball by grabbing his arm. So now Edward Smet will take a penalty shot from 5 meters.
And Air Force 4 of 4 on 5-meter shots this season. Schmidt trying to stay perfect here for the Falcons. And even this one up at 9 apiece. Schmidt, and we are square at 9. Air Force on a 5-meter shot. Edward Schmidt the goal with 4:28 to go in the third.
Substitutions now for both teams. As you said, 4 minutes and about 30 seconds remaining in this third period. Tied even here at 9. Like you said, it's been punch for punch so far this game. Fresno Pacific will not quit, but a lot of missed opportunities for both sides.
Now, this has just been an outstanding matchup between these two teams here today. This is the 11th meeting. Air Force leads the series. They've won 9 of 10 of this series, and the last time these two teams met, Air Force winners this season to go 13-11. Another tight scoring game here. Is Fresno Pacific working inside? No. It's going to go the other way.
An offensive called on the Fresno Pacific offender there. He pushed off of our Air Force Falcon.
Burke down to the other end it goes. This is Oregon Pittman. Pittman now using that left hand. Strong hand. Pittman, the touch in and pushed in with the right hand. Neil Reynolds, Pittman to Reynolds, and Air Force. It's 9 apiece. 10-9 now, Air Force.
Yes, a nice little lob here by Reagan Pittman, tipped off by the goalkeeper, but Neil Reynolds able to read that and to tip that into the goal to secure a 10-9 Air Force lead.
4:02 to go in the third. Fresno Pacific now trailing. They have not been on the end of this score many times here today. They have had the lead throughout most of this, but Air Force now fighting back here in the second period, and now in the third they carry it over. Up 1, looking for more. Burke now throws it over to the far side. This is Neil Reynolds. Reynolds coming off that goal the last time down. Open water here for Reynolds. Reynolds moves in, looking for the shot, ducks under. Reynolds able to move in deep and score. He takes it the length for the goal, and Air Force is up by 2.
Neil Reynolds taking it all the way, as you see, fighting this defender. Separation and right under the arm of that the near side post.
Well, you could see from the start that Reynolds wanted to score, and he did. 11-9. The score with 3:20 to go. And up top, this is Gavin Jetty. Over to the near side, they have played over to Nathan Olson. Jetty now falling away. Good defensive pressure put on there by Reagan Pittman. Eric Kowecki up top now. Big blast, and it goes.
That was a good shot there by the Fresno Pacific offensive player, number 10, I believe.
That's Richard Zapesi.
As you can see, just some range on this shot. It gets up real big and a nice bar down shot.
Cannon of a right arm, Zapesi. 11-10 now. Air Force with 3:01 to go in this third period has the ball.
Leading by 1. See if they can extend their lead here on this offensive possession.
Right side, and you get a whistle as Kowecki flips it over with the left hand, chase for the ball, and that's going against Fresno Pacific as they back off, skip pass across to the other side of the pool, near side. Working for it here is Andres to the top with the right hand. Throw it over. Here's Ryan Doris. They'll go back, circling, Miller. Doris now, 7 to shoot here for the Falcons. Doris moves in, skips it off the water and in. The Falcons back up by 2 with 2:35 to go in the third.
Step-in shot here from the senior captain. And a nice skip shot off the water to that upper corner.
Now the Falcons have answered here in the second half, really starting with the second period, outscoring them 5-2. They got on that 4-0 run, and here they are holding on to a 2-goal lead. 2:30 to go. Period number 3, we play 4 here as Air Force backs off on the defensive side. Up top now for Fresno Pacific, it's Vertigal. There's Pittman defending. Henry Yavit now on the defensive end for Air Force, and how about that? They force a turnover up ahead. Reagan Pittman now in some open water for the Falcons. He'll flip it up with the left hand. Miller falling away, fits it into the right side. Michael Miller to give Air Force a 3-goal lead.
And another feed here by Reagan Pittman, top assist leader, and Mike Miller falling away, cross cage at far side. A good skip shot there.
So the Falcons up 13-10, their largest lead of the afternoon. And boy, you can feel the energy in this building. Great crowd on hand, trying to carry Air Force to victory on Senior Day. That's Reagan Pittman defending. Fresno Pacific trying to get around him is Lazar Rocca. And he'll go up to the point now. It's Vertigal. Check that. A long pass down low. And a whistle blown.
Offensive foul called on Fresno Pacific. Now Reagan Pittman will take the ball up here for Air Force
Pittman
on the
now.
counterattack.
He's got some room to work. Does he take the shot? He'll throw it in deep. Air Force an opportunity. Pumping.
Henry
Close
Yavit.
range goal. That's Yavit, the freshman out of the Midwest, an Illinois product. Air Force by 4.
A timeout now is called by Fresno Pacific. They'll take their final timeout here.
So Air Force, boy, they have flipped the script in this one, and Nate, they've looked outstanding.
I would agree. Air Force in the second half outscoring Fresno Pacific, but more importantly, making more defensive stops when it counts.
Head coach Ryan Brown in his first season, of course, an assistant under Jeff Heidemus for 7 seasons, associate head coach for the last 4. And obviously very familiar with the players, this program, and the Falcons. An opportunity here to get a win, up by 4 with 1:26 to go here in the third. Nate, when you take a look at the adjustments, clearly some changes have been made starting in that second period. How different does Air Force, in terms of what they're doing, how different does that look from that second quarter on versus that opening period when they trailed 5-2?
That opening period, they looked real slow, very sloppy. Their passes weren't quick. They weren't taking their time with their shots. But as you can see, as they slowed down in that second period, they were able to capitalize more on those offensive opportunities and be able to shut the Sunbird offense down as they took more and more defensive stops.
So, in this timeout, about ready to get back to action here. Fresno Pacific getting some instructions from their acting head coach today, Rick Oaf. Jim Weaver, the assistant today for Oak.
Fresno Pacific now will come back from their timeout. We will resume play here with 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining in the third period.
Tell you what, will we have a second too? A lot of fans have not been able to get out to the Natatorium. And tell you what, you talk about a great atmosphere, a great game, high pace, lots of goals, lots of defense. And this is an opportunity in the fall every year. Put it on the calendar. I mean, it's a fantastic way to see some outstanding athletes in action here at the United States Air Force Academy. So, 1:20 to go in this third period of play. And they're going to skip past it over to the far side. They'll work it over to Vertigal. Now to the point.
Exclusion called on Air Force, and Fresno Pacific will now have a power play opportunity here.
And they get in deep. Fresno Pacific out on top. This is Zapezi. Over to the near side it goes to Cybernaller. Taking their time here. Air Force, those arms stretched up, trying to clog the shooting lane, and it's off the crossbar.
Air Force will now take possession of the ball after the nice power play stop there. Cross pass over, and he just soars it off that top crossbar.
Lob pass inside. Oh, great feed, great attempt there. Falling away was Andres.
Andres will now take it in the corner after the save by the Sunbird goalkeeper. Similar to a corner throw in soccer. We'll take it at the 2-meter mark. Air Force will now come back here on offense. Mike Miller has the ball, stepping in to Henry Abbott up top. Henry Abbott, the pump fake over to number 15, Reagan Pittman.
And they'll go inside. What a block. Denied by Ramage. Well, you talk about range, getting up out of the water, able to knock down that shot attempt by Air Force. Here we go the other way. Fresno Pacific, as you can see on the replay, range by the 6'1" frame of Ramage.
12 seconds remaining. Air Force will take over the ball. They'll call a timeout here to set up for what will be the last possession of the third period.
12 seconds to go. Air Force, some substitutions here. The final seconds of this third period is getting set to hop into the water as Ryan Doris also entering. Neil Reynolds. Reynolds played a big role in this one today, Nate.
You're right. Two goals there for Neil Reynolds, number 10. A quick push shot off of a nice feed from Reagan Pittman, and a great working inside shot. We'll resume play here with 12 seconds remaining.
Burt
10.
Quickly gets it down, and
an offside call there for Air Force.
Final seconds and one last save of the third for James Burke with a right hand.
3 seconds now remaining. As you can see in this replay.
Clock will start as soon as
good save there.
Whistle's blowing. Here we go. 3 seconds. And that will be the way the opening period comes to close. Nearly got a goal all the way down for the other end. 14-10 Air Force with the lead over Fresno Pacific. A timeout. Back here with the fourth period after this. We are back here, Cadet Natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy, heading to the fourth period. Air Force leading Fresno Pacific by a score of 14-10. Josh Howe, Nate Kuipers, and well, Nate, Fresno Pacific advantaged Sunbirds after that opening period. They led 5-2, but since then, Air Force has had the upper hand.
Yes, definitely Air Force has turned it around here in these last two periods, outscoring Fresno Pacific and now leading 14-10 as we get set here ready for the fourth period of play.
12-5 scoring run here by the Falcons. 13-5 scoring run, and now Air Force here ready for the opening sprint to start this fourth period of play. Air Force wraps up the home portion of their schedule. This is it, and then they finish out the regular season on the road, and then of course the conference tournament in Fresno in mid-November, and obviously seeding a huge part in terms of trying to position yourself for the postseason.
Yeah, like we were talking about before the game here, Josh, everyone makes it to the conference tournament. However, it's where you're seated that really determines whether or not you're going to have a shot at winning single elimination tournament. So as we get set here for the fourth period, the sprint will commence. Mike Miller again sprinting for the Air Force Falcons. Will he win his fourth consecutive sprint?
Man, Miller's been outstanding, 4 for 4 in the sprint here this afternoon as Air Force up by 4 here. Opening up the fourth period of play, and up top this is Ryan Doris, one of 4 seniors on this Air Force team. Doris going down low, out of the wing, it's Michael Miller. Miller been so active here this afternoon for the Falcons. Doris from Miller. Circling with the right hand, they'll give it off to Shepard. Back to Doris, 5 to shoot. Holding over to the wing, 3 to shoot, and they'll sneak it in. Shot clock ticking down. The Falcons lead by 5.
And a great cross pass here by the senior captain Ryan Doris, identifying Edward Smet, and a nice quick pump fake. And a good shot and goal there by Eddie to bring the Air Force Falcons now up by 5, 15-10, with 7:30 remaining in the fourth period.
Falcons now, Fresno Pacific's Lazar Rocca. Skip pass up top, they'll go down low. Pressuring defensively for the Falcons as Edward Smet over the near side nearly gets over the head of Olson, able to save it, going down low, turning and scoring. Great positioning, and that Goal scored by Taylor Heckathorn, the redshirt senior.
A nice inside pass, and he just slides underneath the arm of the defender and able to put that ball in the back of the net there to bring the lead now within 4 between the Falcons and Sunbirds.
Tough angle on that goal, but able to generate a lot of velocity. So 15-11, 7:04 to go. As Schmidt lobs it out of the wing here. Skip pass, here we go, pumping, and it's fired wide of the post, far side. Shot taken by Andres.
Tipped by the Sunbird goalkeeper, and Coach Ryan Brown will take a timeout here on the power play opportunity for the Falcons.
7 minutes to go, and how about this? Ryan Brown, he's going to go to some fresh bodies out of the pool here, looking for the surge down the end. We talk about that a lot, obviously, over 6,000 feet, the academy here, so altitude factors in, but obviously as a former player, how do you see that wear down opponents here in this building?
It doesn't show itself right off at the beginning. It's just the constant tiring out repeatedly over and over and over in the game. You're not used to the lack of oxygen, and you get tired much quicker than people here like the Air Force Falcons who train at this altitude.
So, 7 minutes to go out of this timeout. And the official here on the near side is talking to Taylor Heckathorn. We get ready to resume play. Air Force attacking from right to left. They'll have it here. Michael Miller up top to Reynolds. He'll rotate it over the right side. This is Andres. Andres flips it over. Skip pass down low. What ball movement for the goal.
And the splash zone is coming. Campbell Harris with the goal. Great ball movement, as you said, Josh. This skip pass is all over the place, and a great inside goal there by number 21, Campbell Harris.
The third dousing of the splash zone here this afternoon, and how about that? The reaction is Air Force goes up 16-11 now with 6:52 to go.
All right.
And the Falcons closing. That has been their MO this season. The fourth quarter has been their best quarter, outscoring their opponents 34-31. They'll go inside. What defense. Air Force takes it away. Eddie Schmidt now comes out with it. And Burke is back as he flips it over to the near side. The official here. And
a timeout was called here by Ryan Brown. It was a great defensive play there by James Burke, able to take that ball away and prevent the goal. Ryan Brown quickly calling a timeout to prevent a Fresno Pacific player from stealing the ball. And now Air Force will set up for an offensive possession here with 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this fourth period.
There's James Burke holding. And he'll get it out of the Fresno Pacific end. Up top now, they work it to Andres. Leading goal scorer here for Air Force, Smet. Circling with the left hand, he'll toss it back to Shepard.
Exclusion called on Fresno Pacific. Air Force the man-up advantage here.
Andres with the right hand. There's Miller, number 12, and a timeout called as Fresno Pacific stopping the clock, 6:18 to go. We've seen a lot of stoppage here in the second half.
Coach Brown taking the timeouts in order to put the fresh players in and being able to sort of take control of this game, not letting the momentum shift and basically keeping Air Force on top. As you can see now, Air Force has a man-up opportunity. Coach Brown here will talk to the players about what the plan here, or the play they should run. As a former player of Coach Brown, he is a very visual talker, as you can see by the excessive use of hand motions. But very easy to understand, very personable, very understanding. He played water polo himself at the University of Pacific.
And Brown, obviously, in his first year after taking over for Jeff Heidemis. What a job Coach Heidemis did here for 25 seasons, multiple NCAA tournaments, and Here they are, Air Force, up 16-11.
The Splash Zone Cadets looking for more water.
I think we can help them out on that at the end. I think there will be a few fans, right? Maybe even the players will give them a gentle nudge at game's end to complete the dousing here as senior day, and you love the energy in this building. A lot of cadets, fans on hand here today. And this is an outstanding sport that you love to take advantage of, and certainly not a ton of home dates, but when they're here, the energy this atmosphere provides is outstanding here for the Air Force Falcons.
So the man-up advantage here for Air Force as we resume play. Number 25, the team captain Ryan Doris with the ball at the top. Will come over to Mike Miller, been very active, and Campbell Harris with the score and another splash zone goal to put up Air Force 17-11. They wanted more water and they got it.
How about that? 4 goals for Campbell Harris. And no doubt they wanted to work number 21 into the scoring action here, and a splash zone alive and well here with 6:05 to go in the 4th period. The largest lead of the afternoon for Air Force, up 17-11.
Good defense here by number 7, Reagan Pittman. Luke Andres will be on defense here. Nice
skip
cross
pass falling away with the right hand. Boy, that's a tough goal scored by Cody Wickman.
Yeah, good cross pass and backhand there. Good play there by the Sunbirds to score that goal and to bring their deficit a little closer. 17-12 now, Air Force leads. About 5:50 remaining in this 4th period.
On the Falcons, up by 5. Their largest lead has been 6. Air Force trying to close out in strong fashion here this afternoon. But a well-played game. Over the right hand is Pittman. Now flip it over, tough ball, and good job to secure it. That's Luke Andres going inside, and a battle. Fresno Pacific and advantage Sunbirds. Trying to work it in there to Campbell Harris.
Yeah, good defensive play there by both Sunbird defenders, swamping Campbell Harris. Sunbirds will now take over on offense.
Miller pressuring the ball with just over 5 minutes to go here in the 4th period. Pumping, and it's a high shot taken there by Zapesi. Got the defender up in the air and then not able to convert. So Burke now for the Falcons all the way to the other end.
And that's going to be a turnover there as the ball touches the lane line. And a timeout call by the Sunbirds. Their final timeout.
Timeout in the pool. We'll take a timeout. Air Force leading here with 5 minutes to go, 17-12. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Air Force leading Fresno Pacific 17-12. Josh Howe, Nate Kuipers, Cadet Natatorium. It is senior day, the final home game of the regular season for the Air Force Falcons, trying to close this one out. And Fresno Pacific, if we've learned anything, this team will not go away. They have been resilient all afternoon long.
Like you said, Fresno Pacific will continue to battle they've just had some missed opportunities, and missed opportunities has been the name of the game so far for both teams. As we go back to live play here, Fresno Pacific on offense.
On the wing, it's Siebenalder. And he'll go back up top to Fairchild. Now to Zepezi. Over the near side, blocked it out of bounds. Great defensive stand by the Falcons with 4:41 to go.
Good ball movement by the Sunbirds, but Air Force able to get a hand on that ball, block it out. They will take over on offense.
All the way down to the other end is Air Force looking to extend the lead by a half dozen. Turning, takeaway here by Fresno Pacific. That's Zepezi inside for the Sunbirds.
And a good move there on the inside, but just taken away by those Sunbirds defenders. They've done a great job at shutting down that center defender position today.
Here's Zepezi. Looking inside, defending there for Air Force, Gavin Jones, number 17. Down low, Jones putting up that left hand, and they're going to skip it in the near side. Oh, what a shot by Fresno Pacific. That's Paul Siebenalder.
Yeah, as you can see, skips right past that outstretched arm, and James Burke unable to get over in time to save that.
17-14, 4:06 to go. Not using a ton of clock on these goals, so Fresno Pacific is more than alive in this one.
As you can see, some fresh faces in the pool for Air Force. With the ball now is number 5, Corey Tanis. We have Henry Yavitt also in the pool. Number 18, Sam Fuller, the freshman. Number 3, Jack Alexander, a sophomore.
Over to the far side of Jack Alexander. In the middle, good feed. And a better play in goal by Josh Ramage.
Exclusion called on Air Force. Will give the Sunbirds a man-up possession here.
Over to the far side with the left hand. Knocked away by Tanis. Tanis now not able to stop that shot, and 2 straight goals for the Sunbirds. They're within 3 with 3:36 to go.
Yeah, and a great skip shot here underneath the arm of the defender. Skips off the bar and in for the goal now. 17-14. Air Force still leads by 3.
On a toasty Saturday afternoon here inside Cadet Natatorium. 3:36 remaining. This is Gavin Jones. He'll throw over the left side now to Fuller. Fuller spinning, here we go. Open water for the Falcons. Fuller dashes in, fading back is Yavitt. And Air Force gets in deep. How in the world did they sneak that in? Sam Fuller, the freshman.
The freshman out of Santa Barbara, definitely one of the best freshman players on the team. A nice shot right underneath the armpit of the Sunbird goalkeeper there.
Almost
able
a
to
roll
convert.
shot. I think it threw Ramage off, wasn't ready for that quick release. 18-14, 3:15 to go.
Air Force looking here for a defensive stop. Fresno's answered in the last 2.
Vertigal backs off. Using that left hand, goes up top. Opportunity here for the Falcons. And nine to shoot. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation.
Hits his own player. But a new shot clock here now for Fresno Pacific as they can work the ball around.
4 goals to tie here with 2:45 to go. Burke in goal here for the Falcons. Waiting, and that one fired wide to the right post is Fairchild taking the shot for the Sunbirds. All the way down to the other end now. Air Force, it's Henry Yavitt to the top. Gavin Jones. Jones down low, turning and scoring. Air Force, another goal. That's Kazoo Gavin.
Kazoo, another freshman player, able to convert a goal here. Great power turn to the near side post.
How valuable for head coach Ryan Brown? A lot of guys seeing a lot of minutes here late in this contest.
I think it's very important as you develop the team, not just for this season, but for seasons to come, right? Give them the opportunity of playing time. College water polo is much different than anything that these guys have experienced. I can speak from experience myself. So giving them that playing time allows them to develop a sense of the game in order to, make them better players as they continue on in their academy career here.
2:24 to go in regulation. Air Force up by 5, trying to close out and win for the 7th time this season, and even their record up in WWPA play to 500. They're 2-3 coming into this one this afternoon. 10 seconds to shoot here for the Sunbirds, circling off to the left side and off the crossbar. Seen a lot of that in the second half out of Fresno Pacific.
Yeah, it was a good shot by the Fresno Pacific player, unable to convert off of that bar out. Air Force will now take possession. Corey Tanis over here to Henry Yavit. Henry Yavit will shoot.
And denied there by Fresno Pacific. So 1:36 time running out here on the Sunbirds, and that doesn't help. They throw it away.
Excuse me, Falcon player was Gavin Jones with the previous shot. Gavin Jones now with the ball will go into Kazoo. Kazoo will make another turn shot, but throw it over the cage here. Fresno Pacific will take the ball.
Kazoo Gavin, another player out of the Midwest, Missouri. So Illinois, Missouri,
and Michigan for Jason Hires. Those are the 3 players on this Air Force team not from California.
Just over a minute to go. Falcons, what a performance here this afternoon as they are cruising to a victory here down the stretch. They've closed out strong fashion. How about another goal for the right hand of Corey Tanis, a freshman out of Menlo Park, California. 14 Air Force.
Good feed there by Kazoo Gavin, able to give Corey Tanis the ability to step in here and put it away on this cross cage shot. Good shot by him.
52 seconds to go, and Ryan Brown's got to be pleased with the effort of his team here this afternoon, the execution here of the final 3 periods of play.
Definitely, hopefully they can carry this momentum into conference tournament play. And a new goalkeeper is in goal for the Falcons. We have number 1B, Anthony Tolbert.
And that is the player we saw warming up at the half.
He'll play the remaining few seconds here out of this game.
That ball thrown over the near side. Skip pass with the right hand.
It's Owen Sade now to Gavin Jones up top. Gavin Jones into Kazoo. The ball will go under and a turnover now. Fresno Pacific takes the ball up. They'll skip it away again with 15 seconds remaining in this 4th period. Air Force will just hold the ball, wait out the clock for a 20-14 victory here over the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds.
That will do it. Air Force comes up a winner this afternoon. The Falcons defeating Fresno Pacific by a final score of 20-14. Air Force moves to 7-14 overall, 3-3 in WPA play. Fresno Pacific falls to 5-17, 0-6 in Western Water Polo Association action. Well, for my partner, Nate Kuipers, this is Josh Howe saying so long here from Cadet Natatorium. Air Force wins it 20-14. So long, everybody.